Hey,
All right. So I'm hoping that this works because I've lined up Jeremy and Samantha, Sophia guy this morning. So we're going to do a three-way live video. And so that's going to be very interesting with two different perspectives of what's going on across the world in the collective at the moment. So that'll be really awesome. So hopefully Samantha will be coming on. She's just messaged me for she's doing a lot of grid work at the moment. So but Jeremy's definitely going to be on. So just give us a few moments, you beautiful peeps out there, and we'll get this show on the road. We'll get this show on the road. All right. So it's only been a little while, a couple of hours. Some of you may have missed the earlier live I did this morning, a couple of hours ago. Basically, what we're doing this morning with Jeremy and all the rest of them is we're actually getting into guidance again of what's unfolding for everybody out there, how to shift through with grace and ease with these current energies. And I'm grateful for all the guides, archangels, source creation, grateful for everything out there, the universe in general, its totality. So let's see if we can get Jeremy on. I said to him I'd be on. I think I've invited. Let's have a look here what's going on, eh? Jeremy, there you are, brother. Oh, I thought you'd gone missing in action. All right, here we go. All right. It may be the case, guys, that Samantha can't join, but we'll see what happens there. Anyway,
Brother! Shit!
I'm not sure if Samantha's going to join us or not. She messaged me about doing grid work or something, so I'm not sure. We'll see if she rocks on or not. So yeah, it's all good.
No worries, yeah.
Otherwise, it'll be you and me harassing the collective out there.
Yeah. I'm just sharing this out here. I can share now.
Right. Yeah, it's all good.
Wow, Facebook, we're making progress because ever since we lost our old Facebook account, we didn't lose it, but just kind of fell away from it. Like, I haven't been able to share this. First time I was able to share a video. So thank you, Facebook. We love you.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it, brother? It's been a while since you've done one. You shared one out.
Well, I wasn't even able to. But go ahead.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Hey, Genesee, how are you, sister? Good to see you. Yeah, no, it's been a while, and I've cut back on my lives at the moment too. At the moment, Jeremy, just taking a reprieve, integrating, and all that sort of stuff for myself right now. And yes, I'm not as active on social media at the moment to a degree, especially with lives. But I got a lot I want to talk about, but I'll get there in the end. So, so Jeremy, I'm going to leave this up to you today. I'm going to float. I'm going to throw it out to you, and whatever comes through, we're going to talk about. It's going to be general. I mean, just a general live today about what's going on for the collective. Especially with the current, what is it, Scorpio? Is it in the lunar eclipse or a freaking solar eclipse? I don't know.
I don't know. But here's the thing, and I was like, shit, I wanted to take notes before we went live. But that's okay. It doesn't matter, right? Just be authentic, people. But we know this.
Yeah.
I think I want to say, and if it doesn't matter, because we're going to talk about the energy, I want to say Venus is conjunct now with the sun, which means that when the planet comes into alignment with the sun, and it radiates the properties of that right now, which is love. So a lot of people are feeling the vibration of love, heavily, okay? And there's a yearning, and we're almost panicking. We almost want to jump into something, but we also want to be mindful, because what we do now, you're going to attract whatever's not fulfilled within yourself. You may just be up for a beautiful soul lesson of a vibration of somebody else who isn't really 100%. There.
Because there's a lot happening at the moment with that, with a lot of people.
Love.
And I want to share this in vulnerability too. A lot of people are kind of bypassing, spiritually bypassing their emotions, Jeremy, out there as well. And it's not a judgment at all. I'm just saying that a lot of people, this is how we are breaking through, guys. And the greatest gift you can give yourself is to actually acknowledge your feelings, your emotions, and how you are actually, because the more you release that and let that go, the more you're going to shift into the high vibrations. Because if you're bearing it down and you're not acknowledging the humanness of your humanness here as experience, then you're not going to go very much further than that. And it's not a judgment, guys, because believe me, and I say to you, and I share with you, I buried my emotions for years, and it did not do me any service at all. I only ended up being ill. Now, because I've shifted through that and I've released a lot of that and I've healed a lot of that, right? And I've risen my vibration, and I keep doing that. I went out in nature today, Jeremy, this morning. I don't know if you saw the live I did this morning. I went out in nature today. It was great. We've got a beautiful day here, sunshine, rainbows after 4 days of heavy downfalls. It's freaking amazing. I'm just embracing everything today. I'm loving life. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
So fucking awesome, I can tell you. So, but yeah, anyway, so go into it, Jeremy. So I was supposed to hand it over to you.
No, that's beautiful. This is a giant piece of selenite. This is Jeremy's one of his many selenite wands. So we're just gonna go like this for everybody. There you go. That's what everybody needs. Selenite. Yes. Okay, we feel better. So, yeah. You know, it's a there, and that's what we were just speaking about, love, like feeling the vibration of love.
Yes.
Such a beautiful, such an important aspect, and unconditional love going deeper is so important. Asking ourselves good questions, right? Whatever fear arises, whether or not, if everybody's out there, we're gonna get cartoony, we're gonna get super cartoony. I love this, I love that. Beautiful relationships. So many people are attracted to so many people in this current energy right now.
Yes.
But it's a beautiful thing, and every experience is a beautiful choice to experience, and
Yep.
there's always potential, always, to gain understanding from it.
Mm-hmm.
But let's slow it down a little bit and just ask your heart good questions. Asking yourselves under these current energies, is what I'm attracted to a vibrational match for me? What would that look like? Like, is that person that you may be attracted to, let's say it this way, are they a seeker? Are they quick to quick cancer release? Do they own their side of the street? Are they allowing you to be authentic? All these things that you would love in your ideal version of yourself, of compassionate love, right? You wouldn't want yourself controlled, so why would you want to control anybody else? You know, for your brother Jeremy, he's quick to say, oh, you know, I thought before I spoke, you know, I wasn't heart-centered, you know, like owning that, or supporting or challenging somebody to be authentic. So we ask ourselves good questions. Is this person really healthy? And everything is truly, ultimately healthy for us, because because eventually we gain understanding, right? Eventually we're gonna realize what this, hey Deborah, what that or didn't serve a purpose, right? So every experience, but slowing down just a little bit in these current energies, because a lot of, like, us wanting to run, there's a sense of urgency that's getting to right now with Venus it being conjunct. I'm almost positive it's Venus, and so we want love, but be mindful that we just love ourselves fully first, like, and do that.
Yeah, becoming whole and complete, because it's not about being codependent upon anyone anymore, Jeremy. It's the complementing. It's the two souls complementing themselves, right? And I want to say to you and all of the beautiful, I want to share with all you guys out there too, and I've done this before, I've said this before, when you do get that person in your life, as I have and others are finding themselves personally at the moment, communication is key. Communication is key for anything to clear up misunderstanding. And I want to share with you guys that, you know, when there is a misunderstanding between two people or people in general, whatever the case may be, family, you know, it's always important to ask the question and say to them, if you're not understanding or you're misperceiving what they are saying from either parties, it doesn't matter. You say to them, I'm sorry, I'm not understanding what you were saying. Can you please say that again? Ask the question, because then you're not quick to judge, or you're not quick to get angry or upset. All right, I'm learning through this, Jeremy. I'm learning through it. Right, new way of communicating. Okay, and that's a big thing with the energies with the relationships that you were just saying before about relationships coming together. Okay, so that's huge. I know a lot of people are still out there feeling the impact of the energy. We did have a massive solar impact upon the planet over the last couple of days. I didn't know about that until 2 days ago. And that hasn't affected me greatly, but I'm still feeling a little bit wobbly, you know what I mean, to some degree. So, yeah. But,
You know, I just want to say, and this is the beautiful thing, I love that we're having this discussion right now. I just shared this video out to a few other recovery communities too, for people, which is beautiful, because we want them to understand, like, offer potential for others to understand what the energy is that we're under and what we could be feeling. The draw of love is very great right now in the current energies. A lot of people's sexual energy is really intense right now. And all of this, but that's why we want to slow it down a bit, you know, and ask ourselves good questions. Now, there is the other side of that. Let's talk about the other side, the polarity. There are many that are falling into victim mentality right now, and they're not feeling worth. There are many that are just simply feeling like scorned, scoffed, unacknowledged, unseen, very irritable and discontent, constantly looking at the outer world and the outer world and their experiences through others, whether or not that's friends, lovers, family, anything. Exactly. If we're not fulfilled within our loving ourselves fully, if we lose sight or mindful, that awareness that everything is happening for us and not to us, we can fall very quickly back down into suffering, lowering our vibration, and then we're going to what's going to do. It's going to ramp up that. It's going to drain our energy and ramp us back up into needing energy, which is a power source, which is a lover. Now we're going to have whatever that looks like to you, a really unwise relationship, whether or not that's sex or overspending or drugs or alcohol, all these things. And it's because of that love or absence of the awareness that we are love and already fulfilled within our hearts. So we really want to, this is the energy to kind of slow it down and be an observer, be compassionate, tune into your heart.
Hey, Tamara, I see you. Tamara, I just want to acknowledge Tamara, and thank you for that comment, Genesee, as well. I did see that. I just wanted Jeremy to have his space to say what he wanted to share. So I see you there, Tamara. Yeah, it will happen, Genesee. It will happen, okay? Okay, it will happen, sis. So, and this is the thing too, Jeremy, like you just said, it's about slowing down. It's about looking, it's shedding the layers, whatever comes up, being the observer, loving yourself, knowing that you are that. And I know I've said this before, guys, and I sound like a broken record half the freaking time when I get onto these lives with you all, but I just want to remind you too, seriously, right? You are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. I will repeat it again. You are not your thoughts. G'day, Nicole. How are you, sister? Good to see you. These are conditionings, programs, and patterns that has been instilled on us for eons, right? The program of fear, the program of, you know, control, manipulation. The list goes on, guys. You know this, okay, right? But I'm just saying, I want to remind you that, and Jeremy said, and I want to reiterate what Jeremy said. Seriously, be the observer of your thoughts. What the hell are they? What are the thoughts fucking telling you? Right? Seriously. I'm wiping out the program of smoking, Jeremy. No judgment upon you. It's been 5 days.
Okay.
No,
5 days?
5 days without one.
High five. Yeah, right on, brother. Good for you.
5 days. I broke down. I lost it a while ago, but now I've thrown it out. I've thrown it out. That's it.
Man,
Okay?
I'm getting close, dude. I'm feeling it. I'm getting close. I feel it. I really feel it.
The body can't do it anymore, Jeremy, and I had a bit of a scare with it. Guys, Jolene, I see you there. How are you, sister? Amanda, Crystalline, how are you? Thank you, Genesee. So, you know,
You just, brother, you just said something that I just want to just kind of add some energy to that. What you just said,
please.
that we are not our thoughts. Our true beingness is an awareness behind the thought.
Yes, exactly.
And that's where we truly find peace in a conscious breath in our heart space, separate from the thought. As we observe that and we ask our heart, is this really meant for me? Is this wise for me? Is this healthy for me? Is this person or whatever power source or whatever we want to rephrase that, whatever I'm resonating with it, is it really meant for me? And you ask your heart. The thought that comes from the awareness, dear ones, behind the thought comes from your higher self or higher power or soul, if you will, or however that looks people, or a spiritual guide or something. It is always true, it is always honest, and there is no emotion when it comes to that. We want to be very clear. When it comes from a higher self perspective, there is no emotion, because your soul doesn't experience emotion the way that your human mind or the labels or attachments or energies do in physical. Your soul is honest. It's a yeah, and you know it. We all know it. Like if to say, oh, I'm really resonating with this person. I would love this person to become a physical lover of mine. Okay, heart, let's slow down, take a breath. Let's breathe into the heart, asking our heart, what is this really meant for me? Is this healthy? And now the awareness within the thought is a clear no, and if it's a no, it'll be a no emotion. Now the thought of your identity may come back and be like, oh no, but and the second you start deal making and deflecting and trying to circumvent that no and paint a red flag green, that's going to end in suffering for you. Like that, but beautiful, because it's going to be an experience that you had because you discounted your inner knowingness and that intuition and what your heart was saying. So that awareness behind the thought is pure higher self energy, highest good of all souls, highest good for you and your life cycle, regardless of how sexy, intelligent, wealthy, or whatever that talking about lovers that's resonating with you. Chances are, really, you'll get the message. It's a no, and it's not meant for you. So be mindful of that. Or, beautiful, we're grateful for your journey, and go experience something that's going to teach you a lesson that may be unpleasant.
That was great, Jeremy. That was awesome. And Jolene just saying, we are what we value, need, and desire.
I love that. Love
sister.
that.
Yeah. And thank you, Nicole. And to anyone else who's just joined, I want to acknowledge you guys as well. Thank you. Great love and compassion for you all, and from Jeremy and myself, okay, today. Thank you for joining us today. Yeah, soul connection, Genesee, that's what it is. That's what it is, Jeremy. It's when Genesee says that, you know a soul connection when you feel it. You know, you just know when you're sitting in that silence. You just know that. Okay, it's not of the mind. It's of the heart and the soul, and you feel that in your very essence. Okay, it's not easy because our mind will jump in there, like you just saying before, Jeremy, and the mind will create all havoc. No, 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 it can't be true. What? No. And then all the fears and all the bullshit comes up. And it's like, no, 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 no. She's going to hurt me. He's going to hurt me. What the hell? No, 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 no. And then all this rubbish ensues for people out there who do attract that soul connection. And I mean, look, and you know, both could be connected, but there's going to be obviously things to work through if you're both open to that as well. And there are a lot of unions coming together, Jeremy, over the following months as well. There already are, and more as time progresses to ensue this, the next stage of humanity's conscious evolution here. What's up, Jeremy?
I'm communicating with spirit right now, trying to tap into that.
Yeah, okay.
And now,
even when my mind wants to talk you out of it, yes, yes, yeah, yes.
So Jolene said something that's really beautiful. I'd love to touch on what sister said. She said, we are what we value, need, desire. Now, I love that resonance. I love it resonates. What do you value? What do you value? Because if we fall back into a short game view and not a long game view, if we say it's a race and not a journey, it could lead to suffering, unnecessary suffering.
Yeah, and I've said that before, Jeremy. It's not a race.
No, and so what is the value to? Would you rather have, like, I can't believe we're gonna say this, like Mrs. Right Now, Mr. Right Now, job right now, a job, or this, or buying a home, or whatever it is. Because that feeling of love, I'm so in love with this. It looks so great. Guys, do not look with your eyes, for it has nothing to do with true seeing. We'll say that again. Do not look with your eyes, for it has nothing to do with true seeing. What does that mean? That you are a multidimensional being human, that your heart knows the true blueprint and roadmap for your highest value, the most enjoyable, most fulfilled life cycle you could possibly have. And that may be saying, okay, I may end up renting my apartment now, or staying on the couch at my friend's house, or whatever that is, and not buying a house, or I may not take this job. That heart will always tell you exactly. In the spirit realm, they know all the possible paths of free will. They know your heart knows each and every single person that is connected to whatever it's a job or a lover or this or that or their friends, their fam, any situation. They know all the energy that is always connected. And so don't look with your eyes. Don't look with your eyes. Look with your heart. That's because that's true seeingness, that inner knowingness. And be willing to allow that what you thought or what looked so pretty, had so much potential, like the way, allowing that. Do not discount your heart message, because it may not be the way. It may be that, they have controlling friends. This is a real challenging place to work. This is that. Or buying a house that ends up needing another roof, and you've already extended all your money, all the money that you had available into the house. A month later, you need a new holding tank, a septic tank, a new roof, and you're out on the streets again. I mean, listen to your heart, because the current energies love what is, it's like, but it's urgent love. So slow down.
That's right, Jeremy. Genesee just said that, and Jolene, they just both our sisters said that. See with your heart and lead like a blind man.
I love that.
Lead, lead, lead like a blind man.
Yeah.
Because
that's wise. That's so beautiful.
Because we're leading, and we're also, the more we tune into our higher heart, like Genesee and Jolene is saying, the more that we can follow through. And that leads into what I was saying this morning too, Jeremy, on the earlier live, about being silent.
Yeah, I did catch a bit of that. Yeah.
You're welcome, Marisol, because what happens is all the emotions and the thoughts and the fears and the insecurities, they all come to the frickin' surface when the mind's going, blah, 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 right? And it's going, chopping out bloody rubbish everywhere, all over the crap. And thank you, Kay, so much. Thank you, sister. Yes. I was supposed to get Samantha on, guys. That didn't happen. She's busy doing grid work and grid work across the planet. We'll catch up with Samantha another day, okay? It's all good. We send her much love and blessings to Samantha, Sophia Gaia. So that's the thing, Jeremy, and this is why the silencing was so pivotal for me to share that this morning while I was out in nature, especially. There wasn't much going on, a few birds, bit of breeze, sunshine, rainbows. It was great. But this is the thing, and I mean, look, I'm not saying I'm 100% freaking perfect either, but I'm saying that, you know, when you listen, I'm not above anybody. I'm not below anybody. I am you, and I am me, and you are you, and you are me. So it's the reflection thing, right? Okay, so when you sit in that silent space, then you listen to your thoughts and you clean off everybody else's energy that is not yours, because as empaths, we do draw that energy to us because we're so sensitive. We can feel the bloody collective, what is ours and what isn't. Okay, guys, really feel into that for yourselves, right? Because when you detach from everybody else's energy field, then you can gain further clarity of what is yours and what isn't yours, to work through, decipher through, to let go of, whatever it may be. Because I know that myself. I've had the last few days, I've had to sit in silence myself and try and siphon through what is mine and what isn't. And to that end, I've discovered a few things, nothing major, but the rest of it I've just released because it didn't belong to me. G'day, Marisol. Yes, Marisol. Absolutely. Yes, true. Yes. So,
Brother, just to really help others who are hearing that, who are hearing about clearing the energy, just so for those that are new to this, that through consciousness, through even thinking of others or being around them in our energy field, we have a torus field, an energy field, and we can literally feel like a lot of fears or anxiety, anger, all these things from others. So one thing that's really helped me, I just want to touch on that real quick for those who are new to this.
Please.
It's like an energy tether separation to return back to your essence so that you can hear the message from your heart, your higher heart, a little more clearly, much more clearly. And we can do that by sitting here and just visualizing white light flowing down around us, 360 degrees, separating energy tethers, purifying our energy, however that looks to you intuitively, maybe tuning in your heart, visualizing white fire, whatever makes you feel best, to separate the energy test. Everything is about attention. And then asking Mother Earth or Mother Universe to receive any low vibration. It's another beautiful suggestion in order to alchemize and convert back into the highest positive vibration. Now, I love what Jolene said too, and I'll do this. Say this real quick. Be a student. Be innocent like a child. So beautiful. We love that because, guys, remember when we were youngsters? I sound like I'm old when I say youngster. But remember when we were children, where like an action figure or a doll or easy bake up, whatever it was, like we didn't really understand what our parents were going through necessarily, or how bills worked, or lovers or relationships worked, any of that stuff, right?
That's right.
A purity in our toys or our friends or make believe and all that. We weren't consumed by the need or the feeling to be drawn into to have money. Like I have to. It wasn't like you were worried what kind of car you were going to drive, or thinking that it was significant if you drove a new car versus an old car. You weren't concerned about who would be. When you looked at relationships, you dreamt about, maybe as a man or a boy, you dreamt of being a hero and saving somebody, damsel in distress. But and yet it had to do with physical intimacy. You know, you weren't yet. You didn't have that. We'll say it this way, and we'll say it this way, like that perversion of the soul or the sacredness of sacred union, right? You didn't have
Yeah.
that. It wasn't like pornographic. It was you had a purity of your heart. That drawing that energy and remembering that, connecting that aspect of that inner child that has wonder and is like, wow, this is great. And even in the moments of challenges, to think about even drawing in, think about like, look, you know, like I remember tea parties, I remember doing this, I remember, you know, like, and I think it's doesn't anyone that says that wasn't my childhood. That wasn't my childhood. I didn't have anything. My whole childhood was shit. That's we're gonna call bullshit, because everybody dreamt, felt like, wow, Santa Claus, I would love Santa. Everybody had hope and love in their heart, even as a
Yeah.
youth. Didn't matter how shitty the mind would say my existence was. That's victim mentality, and that's just and then somebody say, no, that's not the truth. I was molested, I was this, I was that, my dad was drunk, I got beat, we didn't have any money, we had to sleep in a car, we were homeless. Dear one,
I agree with that, Jeremy.
they experienced love. They did. It's like we have to allow to get past that victim mentality too. We're grateful. What were you grateful for? I was grateful that my dad that we had a scarf. I was grateful that we were able to sleep in a car and not on the streets, or sleep in a bathroom. I mean, like all that. Like, you have to be grateful. You have to find that and acknowledge it and be honest and stop playing a victim.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's the thing, Jeremy. And the other thing what we want people to understand as well is that they signed up for all of those experiences in this life, right? I know it's a hard thing for people to grasp. I know it's, people are saying, oh, yeah, but, it just doesn't take away from what happened. And I'm not taking away from what happened, because you know yourself, Jeremy, and many people out there know the crappy life I had with my father and my life. But I'm not a victim. I embrace that now. And because I wouldn't be here today if I hadn't gone through those experiences. So I choose not to be a victim. I choose not to freaking carry on and whinge about my life, because I mean, I've got lollygolly bliss bombs going on here in my life right now, 95% of the time. I'm at peace. I'm free. I'm sovereign. I can do whatever I freaking want. I can go out and walk. I can drive. I can, burn candles. I can burn incense. I can be whatever I want, with love, with the purity of my heart, as I shine through every day. And each one of you guys can do this out there, as Jeremy was saying, and not be the victim, because the mind will say that. The mind will interject. The mind will say, no, don't you understand? It was horrible what I went through. And said, yes, I acknowledge what people have gone through, but it was, but you came down to experience that, okay? I know it sucks. Jeremy and I know that, and many other people out there know that. And I get it, right? Seriously. And I'm not taking away from what's happened to you guys, but seriously, no more victim, please. No more victimhood. I mean, if you want to play the victim, that's great. Go ahead, please. Feel free to, okay? But I'm not going to be there, because I'm not the victim of anything in my life. No, I got beaten, whipped, freaking torn down, freaking thrown around like a bloody rag doll as a kid. But I'm not going to be the victim. I love my dad. He's watching over me, and so is my mum, my adopted parents. They love me. And I've forgiven them for what happened, right? I'm not getting hard on you guys today, but I'm just, Jeremy and I sharing the truth.
Dude, I'm heart emojiing a stream of hearts right now, because I love what you said, my brother. That's what I love connecting with you. Look,
so do I, Jeremy.
When you said, yeah, brother, man, truly, like when you said it's hard, it was hard. Like, we chose our life cycle. Yeah, it was hard. It's hard. Going through the human experience is hard. Yeah, and it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It does, only until you embrace it and say, not only was I grateful for being molested, for being beaten, for being not seen, for being ignored, for being bullied. Not only was I great, not only did I accept it, as something that helped me to understand something or become. But I'm grateful for that experience. Then it does no longer suck. Then it is like beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. I just got to share. I would rather live 1,000 life cycles of being stoned to death, being dragged up, being murdered by people that were in judgment of me. That meant to show compassion for one soul, observe that and said that would be beautiful. I would be so grateful. I'm so grateful for my suffering, because without suffering, there can be no healing. There's nothing more beautiful than that. As we remember our essence, that's the thing. It's like once you get out of that victim mentality, once you stop being a bully, once you stop trying to save everyone else in your life, narcissistic rescuer, all that, once you start observing your own thoughts, the awareness, all that, once you just start saying, okay, this is my experience, now let's process it in a healthy way. Let's get in touch with our feelings and emotions. Let's be grateful for all this experience. My experience doesn't define me. Your past, your entire thing, that all the experiences in your life have never defined you. You and your perception of it has defined everything about you. Everything about any of us. All of us.
Absolutely. And to have that experience, Jeremy, those experiences, whatever it is for us, the control, manipulation, whatever, it's bringing us back to us. It's bringing us back to our divinity. It's bringing us back to the divine remembrance and the purity in our heart, of our high heart, and the understanding and knowingness of the wisdom of the ages that we are pure divine energy from source creation, multidimensional, powerful beings who are here to create a world of love, peace, and harmony in physical form. End of story. We have powers that are so phenomenally incredible in this world as spiritual beings having the human experience. I read a book, Jeremy, and you may not have heard it, and you may have. It's the Masters, the Far East Masters, the Masters of the Far East. All right. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It was given to me. Have you heard of it?
No.
Oh, awesome. If you type it in, if you Google it, guys, the Masters of the Far East or Far East Masters of Buddha or something, right? Yeah, we are all, that's it. That's right, Jenny C, right? Anyway, sorry, I wanted to get this out, Jeremy, and
Please.
This book is really, really powerful because it talks about this scientist who took a team to Tibet. Now, he had heard of a group of people who were doing miraculous things, okay, with creating bread and water out of thin air and all sorts of really magical, mystical things, right? It's the best way I'm going to describe it, okay? And he wrote a book on it. I haven't read it for years now, but it was given to me. But this is the kind of power we have, guys. When you come from pure intent, of the pure intention of your heart, the pureness from source creation, that's when everything flows. Okay? Because it's not even love, it's pure. It's pure. So how love is just a word, and it's pure. Love has been tarnished in this world. Love has been is a word to describe the human experience, but it's the pure source creation. It's pure energy. It's pure of intent. It's pure of kindness and compassion, respect, and all of these things. So when we come back to that and we shed that human experience, which unfortunately many may not do this life cycle, but then when we come back to that, this is where it's all leading to, is understanding that concept of how powerful we are and unraveling all of those thought programs as the human experience here in our mind, because the mind is very, very intricate and very tricky, especially the ego, right? We've all got spiritual ego. We've all got freaking ego. None of us has not got ego, because we can't exist on this planet existence if we don't have ego. We might as well go home. We'd be doing nothing. But it's recognizing the ego, acknowledging the ego, listening to the ego, and understanding the ego, and saying, I love you, ego. Thank you for sharing this experience with me. Thank you for bringing the experience. Laugh at the ego. So I love you. My God, thank you so much, ego. You're amazing. You're a work of art. Right? This is how I broke through.
It is. I got fucking goosebumps. I love you, brother, man. I fucking love that. It's so true. It's so true. It's a beautiful aspect.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
it
why
is.
would we be here? You guys, like, I love this. You know, when you spoke up, brother, about we signed up for this, whether or not people believe in reincarnation or not, or so familiar. I
No,
know we're not going to get. It doesn't matter. Not going to get
no,
deep into that. But here's the thing: if we fall back into victim mentality, if we say, "Oh God, why is this happening? God, why would you do this to me? Why did my friend die of an overdose? Why did my lover leave me? Why did she take my kids? Why?" And we're like, are we? We're asking the wrong question. We're seeking the understanding of the wrong
yeah,
things that would actually
yeah,
bring us peace to our understanding, true
yep,
understanding. And there's
absolutely.
so you said something super beautiful. She said
Yes,
law of relativity, universal
yep,
law. That's in reference to a universal law, just like the
yes,
universal law number one, which is divine oneness. All things are us, and everything in creation is us. Is us it. But the law of relativity is such a beautiful thing. That universal law is one of them. I'm glad that you're mentioning that because, dear ones, if you're wondering why God does things or why there would be suffering or why any damn question you have about this experience as a being human, seriously, I can't say enough about understanding universal laws versus man's law, because man's law, in many regards, we'll say this with great compassion, but when it comes to like religious things, it's based in reward and punishment foundation, reward and punishment. And that is not observance of a higher altruistic understanding of why there is a form and a formless, why the healer is just as significant as the murderer, all of that. If you really, really want to understand why our experiences are and why we have them, do yourself a great service and gain some understanding. Check out, there's a million videos on 14 or 12. The first favorite, they're many universal laws, but they're basic, all interconnected. They're all beautiful in every way. But that universal law of it's relative. It's your
yep,
experience, your suffering, your molestation, your mom dying at a young age. This and everything is so super beautiful because it's relative to the creation of the energy from your conscious aspect. What are you clinging to for good drag? Find that inner, turn inward, find the inner being in peace, knowing that your mother that you transitioned when you were young, so on and so forth, that this or that, everything happened for a reason. And
yes,
when like you said, so beautiful, brother, getting caught up in the mind, suffering the mind, and not having that awareness thought, that realizing that that's part of an identity. You're not
yeah,
truly your mind nor your body. It just seems very real in this dimension of plane of existence.
exactly. That's right, Jeremy. It does, and I feel like that's a beautiful subject to touch on as well with labels too, because I haven't gone into that as such with labels. Because truly, at the end of the day, we're labeled from the day we're born here, right? And labels, and this is the other thing too, when people, and this is just a conscious, this is just people being consciously unaware when they do this because they have no understanding, they're limited with the concept of how they interact in this world. So when you say about the labels, I'm not my past, I'm not insecure, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not fear, I'm not any of this. Or I'm not a horrible person, or I'm not an a-hole, or I'm not a freaking drug addict, or whatever the case, or I'm not depressed, I'm not any of this. The quickest the fine, the whole thing is people will place those labels on us because that's what they see, because of their limited perception of what they see. And it's not a judgment against our brothers and sisters who see that. It's because of the conditioning that has been placed upon us for eons on this beautiful planet. When you break free from that labels and the thoughts that are in your head of what your parents have said to you, your teachers have said to you, your friends have said to you over this life cycle, right? and you turn around and you sit down and think, I'm not that. What the hell are you talking about? Do you even know who I am? I'm not that at all. As soon as you break free from that, that's your freedom. Because then you start to embody that. And you change the process, and you flick a switch and you go boom, and you say, man, this is cool. I'm free. I'm not that person. And you shed those conditions, you shed those layers, right? Hey, Bobby, how are you? Good to see you, sister. Because when you free those patterns and those conditioning of the mind, the computer, it's like wiping the computer drive. You wipe the computer of all the crap. It's the same with your brain. You're just wiping it all the deadwood rubbish that is not serving you to reach the higher vibration of multidimensionality to create from a pure heart, right? Of source creation. That we use love, okay, guys. We use love, right? Love is right. What you know, this is what humans describe it as. This is what the collective describe it as, okay. But you can say I love you because I do, but it's what comes from the pure intent. Is your intention pure when you state that to somebody? Are you truly meaning that when you say, I love you? Or is it painted behind the illusion of the world, or I will only love you if you love me, or I'll only love you if you do this for me, or I do that for you, or whatever the case, doesn't matter. That's tainted love. So this is why I've changed it around, Jeremy, to use the pureness of our heart. When you come from pure of intention, pure of heart, that's the gift of truly shedding all those programs and being the observer of the human experience and say, well, hang on, I'm not that person. I'm not that arsehole. I'm not that freaking, I'm not that disrespectful. I'm not superficial. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm actually a being of pureness from source creation of love. Right, we'll use love because that's just it's used. It's just the way it is, right? But when you come from the pureness of that, from source creation, then you're not going to be disrespectful towards others. You're not going to be able to. You're not going to be, selfish and arrogant and all these other emotions. But we've all got to get to that point, and it's a journey for us to do that. So. Any words?
Brother,
any
I do have a final thought, and I want to say this, and I won't even say this with great compassion because this is just unconditional love that is coming from your brother right now. Because he's talked about labels, those are limited beliefs, and they can hold us in a vibration. When you really understood consciousness and you're choosing that unconditional love vibration, your vibration comes up where certain things will no longer resonate with you at all. Okay, it's almost discomforting to go back into self-seeking or not be pure of heart. So when we talk about the disease of addiction, many still believe that it's a disease, that it's incurable, that it is this. That is a label, and for them, because of universal law of beliefs, that is very true for those individuals who believe that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, because we look with labels, because we look at, are we really truly, let's just say this, when it came for your brother to recover from addiction, okay, which means for me dictates that I've now experienced a vibration, a joy for life itself, that is so much more powerful that I have no draw, want to go back. And if I were to drink alcohol, what would that end? Would I end up back in it? If I were to inject myself with heroin, how would that be? Would I be back in it? Dear ones, the vibration that I'm at now wouldn't even consider using that or doing that. Just wouldn't. It just doesn't resonate with me at all. It has literally been cured. Kier would say, well, I can still get drunk or high and not have it ruin my life. Well, no, that's a misappropriation of understanding. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is it's a vibrational law thing and a vibrational thing. It's a consciousness thing. It is a frequency thing. But to the point where lower astral plane energies, lower astral realm energies no longer resonate because our vibration comes, it just doesn't have no power. Literally curing ourselves from that.
Yeah.
Now, if we look at addiction, we look at labels and we say, oh, I'm an alcoholic, I'm an addict. And my phone's gonna die. So, but anyway, it's like saying, I want to fight that addiction. It's like there's a hilltop in a war. And in this war, it's like we would, like let's say Vietnam or some whatever war we were in, and they would send so many hundreds of men to their death trying to capture one hill. When really that's a battle and no one needs to die. Go around that hill, go around that, and gain the understanding where the trauma arose from, which led to that label of a disease. This is a much broader way, an energetic way, a conscious way, a frequency and vibrational way to look at that. And once you start choosing unconditional love, like you spoke of, dear brother, the labels fall away. Labeling seems to be limited almost from this level of perception. A label can be very painful and it can help us in some aspects, and in other aspects, it is reward, punishment. It is we're almost like focused on the wrong energy of understanding that. Like every one of us who has ever experienced addiction knows how we feel. We know we're loving, we're self-centered, we're all that shit. Which is beautiful, which is love. But unconditional love is gratitude for all of that. And not focusing on the label. Not focusing on the fact that I've been traumatized, I have PTSD. But the more we focus on it, the more we create that vibration, we're holding on to that vibration. That's just
the thing, Jeremy. Yes, thank you. The more that you hold on to that, the more you are creating it.
Yes, the more you identify with it.
Yeah. What's that? Honoring everything. That's right. Yes, Jolene, absolutely, sister. Honor everything, guys. Honor it all. Honor it all. I have.
Yeah.
From my parents to my children to my friends, my family, everything, right? Hey, Jamil, how are you, sister and Francine? I just want to acknowledge a few of you guys I might have missed. They've jumped on just recently. We see you, Jeremy, and I see you, Francine, and all the rest of you. Okay, so we just want to acknowledge that, okay? Exactly. Everything is here to show us what to let go of, Jolene. Yes, yes. The thing is, guys.
Go ahead. Sorry, brother. Go ahead.
What Jeremy said is spot on. It's energy. It's all energy. So what you focus on is what you are going to attract into your life. You guys are so absolutely fucking amazingly beautiful, and I see the light in every one of you. So why would you sit there and put yourself down? Why would you sit there and think, oh, I'm freaking hopeless, I fucked it up again? No, you didn't. You didn't screw anything up. You actually learned from that experience. What a blessing. My life has been full on, guys, with what I've been through. Jeremy's been through crap. I've been through crap. But I'm grateful for every single thing because, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have the confidence to sit here today in front of you with Jeremy and share my experiences of how you can bring this back to yourself as well and let go. What's that? Awareness but not attached. Thank you. That's right, sister. Be aware but not attached to it. Sitting in the moment. This is what I'm learning, to sit in the present moment more than ever before. Okay? And not having attachment to outcomes and experiences or whatever I want to create. Because let's put it this way, Jeremy. Let's really nut it down into the bottom core here of what I've been shown over these weeks, right? Alone. Okay? How the hell do we know what's best for us? Let's really nut it to the bottom, okay? We know fucking nothing, guys. Hey, Anna, how are you, sister? Excuse my language, guys, but we know absolutely effing nothing. As humans here in this, we know nothing.
I'm tracking with what you're saying, yeah. because
So
I'm
why?
totally tracking with that.
Why? G'day,
Fucking
Kumo.
A,
Why?
right?
We love to control outcomes. So what we're doing is we're literally taking away. We're taking away source's power. We're not taking away source power, but we're controlling what source may have better for us. Surrender to
Right?
God's will, Jolene. Yes,
What?
and
No
that's
shit.
not easy.
What do you think is best for you based on what standard? What society, culture, religion? Like, fuck, how do we know? Dear one, brother, I just wanted to really quick before we forget it. When we were
Yeah.
talking about addiction and looking at it like a hilltop and a mountain, right? Or whatever trauma it is you're looking to get past.
Yeah.
It's like this. Here's the thing. It's very simple. And we love that spirit that's my guides are sharing this right now. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to, if you are saying, let's say you're undergoing a major surgery, okay? And let's say you're doing a organ transplant, right? Okay, you got to have the organ to transplant. You got to have all this. You got to have sterilization. You got all that. But what's the one most important thing that you need to sustain life in that? You need blood. You need to have
Yeah.
a supply of blood while you're doing a surgery. Blood in this aspect, dear ones, is that unconditional love. No conflict with anything, anyone, any other perspective. If you have simple as this, unconditional love and are willing to feel your feelings and emotions, you can literally reverse any illness, everything, anything. And at the same time, we say that with some mindfulness that sometimes we choose to exit physical or die in order to be of greater assistance for others, right? But that's also part of understanding universal laws. But literally, there is such a huge potential to cure ourselves from any
Yeah.
illness, any trauma, anything that creates fear by simply
Yeah.
having unconditional love. That is the one. It's like the blood in a surgery. Brother,
Exactly
medical
right.
intervention.
And we're all working towards that too, Jeremy.
We all
That's the
get there.
thing.
We're already
We all get
there.
there. Yeah.
Um,
This is what I'm learning through at the moment, guys. This is what I'm working through. This is what I'm learning, to sit in the silence, sit in the present moment. Yeah, okay, we're allowed to plan things, obviously, because we got to, if we want to go away, we're still living in a duality, polarity world here. So we need to plan to some degree, right? And if it's meant to be, then it will be. If it gets shifted around, if things get, like if things get cancelled for whatever reason, you get all upset. And this is what I say to you, this is what I said before, guys, in other lives. So it's like, what the hell? If you got something planned and it gets cancelled, why get upset? Why? Why? What's it going to achieve? G'day, Lucy. How are you, sister? Good to see you. What is it going to achieve for you to scream, chuck a temper tantrum and say, well, what are you doing to me, God? I had this all sorted out, and now you're just throwing a spanner in the works. What's that going to do? Nothing. It's going to create suffering. So instead of getting cranky, do you understand that might have happened for a reason? Because even we can't see that reason at the time, everything happens for a reason. God has a purpose for us. God has a journey for us. No matter how you want to control it, you can't, right? Got to go, okay, who's that?
Genesee, I told her, I
Right.
said, good night.
We love you,
Blessings,
Genesee.
Lord.
We love you, Genesee. Yes, we
Yep.
love you. Right, thank you. So this is what it is, a struggle letting go, Jeremy. I know that. Surrendering is not easy, especially when you've lived thousands of lifetimes here and you've been conditioned to control everything and not believe in, it's about having the faith and trust that God knows. Yes, you can do things. Yes, you can go plan things. You can go on holidays and whatever, but the bigger scheme of things, God's got that all sorted. Just about trusting, right? And yeah, and like Jeremy keeps saying about especially with rehab and unconditional love and all that sort of stuff. Let go and let God. Let go and let God. Let go and let God. It's not an easy process, guys. I'll tell you right now. Trust me. I'll put my hand on that one. It's not an easy freaking job because the mind's so wired to control everything and not trust and have faith in the spirit or the universe or whatever. So,
Brother, we've said this many times that if we sought to understand and not diagnose, there would be no illness on this earth plane.
exactly,
Period.
that's right.
I just would like to recap here, brother, about the current energies and to be mindful, asking your heart good questions, slowing down, dear ones. Love is
Yes,
very powerful. We are all going to feel a certain level of urgency for love, but be mindful, dear ones. Look at the long game, not the short game. Don't listen to your heart message. Don't paint a red flag green, right?
totally,
So,
Jeremy. Absolutely.
yeah, man. Oh, I love our discussions always.
We rock it every time, Jeremy, you and I. We just freaking get it out there. We always in alignment with whatever we share. And this world is about sharing. It's about sharing the wisdom. It's also about, you can just be as well. And energy speaks volumes as well, You can go, guys, you can walk around and you can just be, right? And that's cool. That's great. But for me and Jeremy and others out there who use social media platform as a way to get the word out there, because there's so billions of people out there who are on social media, we're only here to guide you. We're not here to tell you what to do. I never want to tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to say you have to do it my way. Honestly, your way is your way, and you are who you are, and that's it. And you can do it your way. But Jeremy and I just share what we want to do. How we've done it, and you can do it if you want to do it that way. We're not here to control you. We're not here to tell you what to do. Everybody's got their own journey, and everybody's got their own way to do things, and that's perfect. We just share our perspective of how we see it. That's all.
Whoever resonates with is nature's business.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that
that's
simple.
Right. That's right, brother. Yeah. So
I love you, brother.
anything else you want to share, Jerry, before we finish off?
Just tell everybody I love them. Unconditional love, blessings of health and wellness and abundance to each and every one of you guys. Stay strong, grow slow. Every tear is an arm curl. Vulnerability is the key. Unconditional love is the answer to everything.
Everybody's got a different path.
We are not weak. That's right. That's right. Not.
Yeah.
We have the power of the universe within us because we are it. It is us, and it is amazing. We have the power to heal, the power to transcend, the power to let go, change everything about the body, illness, mental body, emotional body, anything. We change it all.
Absolutely. Yep.
Beautiful.
Totally. I love it, brother. All right, thanks, Jeremy. Well, I'll let you go.
Love you all. Much love.
Love you all, guys. You're loved totally by the unseen, angelic realm, God, creation. You're loved by everybody.
Thank you, Creator, Father, Mother, Father. Thank you, all of our spirit guides and all those assisting us from behind the veil and other beautiful dimensions. We love you all. Thank you.
Thank you all. All right, Jeremy, we'll catch up again soon, okay?
Sounds great, brother. Have a beautiful day. Love you guys. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.